welcome to another episode of the Design Lab. And of course, it's powered by the Contractor Center. For those of us who don't know, the Contractor Center is on Shortwood Road, 26 to be exact. So we are going to get into all of the details of waterproofing this week. So here's the thing now. I want you guys to follow me. We're going to go upstairs because upstairs we have put together a test space, our very own lab at the Contractor Center. Come on, let's go. All right, so guys, we are joined now by Andre Hutchinson of the Contractor Center, and we are going to talk about waterproofing. Now, in the last month, we have had two major systems in Jamaica, which has now aroused this conversation about moisture and how we can combat it. So, I know you have some solutions. Take it away.
Thanks again, Karen. We're happy to be able to assist and try and provide solutions for clients for everyday challenges.
Of course.
And so one of the challenges that we have been in the news and we've gotten a lot of questions and queries about is waterproofing. We have a penetrating sealer called Original that we distribute on behalf of Rust-Oleum, that is used to put a seal on the wall. It penetrates the wall. It creates a film right below the level of the wall. And what it does, once it protects the wall, you can paint on top of it. A lot of the challenges that people have seen over the last month or so is that when the rain falls, they get little bubbling of paint on the inside of your house, and you burst it and water comes out of it. It can be very destructive to the home. So we have a solution for that. But also in those areas that have another particular problem, mold and mildew, which can be particularly hazardous to your health. So what we do with that one, we have another product called Damp Lock. It's also from Rust-Oleum. We distribute it on their behalf. And what it does, after you apply the Original to that space, you can put the damp lock on top of it, and it's going to really protect whether it be your wall or your roof. It works in both places, and it prevents the growth of mold and mildew.
What about the chalking on the wall? You know, sometimes you see that chalking. Is that mildew? Is that moisture as well?
That's water running through. That's water running through. Like, for instance, for people who are in Portland, Stony Hill, any elevated area in Jamaica, mold, mildew, biggest challenge. So here's the process. You need to wash off and clean the area first. Clean. So take off the paint, wash off the mold and mildew that's there. Very critical. If you need help with that, we have products for that for another day. After we finish with that, then you have to put on the Original. It's a penetrating sealer. It gets inside the wall and the concrete and creates a film inside the wall. And then we come with the Damp Lock right on top of it to prevent the mold, mildew, properly seal your building for years to come.
Okay, so is the Damp Lock a paint?
It's a paint on person. It's a paint. But it's a paint-like product.
Okay, so after I put the Damp Lock on, then I can put the color of my choice on top of that.
No, the Damp Lock is the final solution. And the thing about the Damp Lock, nothing sticks to it. Nothing sticks to it. So if you have a young one, like I know some people do, and they come and they start to decide their artistry on the wall, it can wipe off. Also, some of our clients who are in Portmore or some of our businesses that operate on Spanish Town Road who have built on reclaimed land, you know, the water table is very high. So they have issues with their floor in that they may build the floor and they tile, and then what happens after a while? It starts to pop up. Right? So we have a product for that. It's called HydroStop. Right? Now, ideally, there are two types, right? You have one that's called Penetrator, which is done on before you put down the foundation. So after you put down the marl, you put on the foundation. Before you put on the you put the penetrator. These are for developers and people who are building. But a lot of the time, you can't see the problem until the problem occurs. So once you've seen the problem, we have something called HydroStop, which now works on top of the foundation, which you can lay out. It's like a membrane. Then you can put back your cement, you can cast it back, you can do self-leveling, you can do repair mortar, you can put anything on top of it, but you have to put some sort of cementatious product on top of it. You can even put grout on top of it. Right? And then you can put your tile. If you want to do epoxy, then you have to do a self-leveling. But it's basically protects your investment. Your home or your building for a business owner are two of your biggest investments. And you have to protect your investment. So by using these products, you can protect your investment long term, because maintenance of a building can be very expensive over a period of time. You don't want to, anything that you can prevent for 10, 15 years, you need to do that.
This wraps up yet another super informative session at the Contractor Center. Let me tell you something about Andre. He knows every single thing that you need to know to solve that need, to give you that solution for every water problem. And what I mean by water problem, waterproofing, whether it's your walls or your floor, you have to come on down to Contractor Center because these are the guys with the solutions. All right? Okay, so this wraps up. See you next week.